Three stop types. What are they? How do we use them? Let's get into it here tonight. So, quick video. I'm going to show you guys the three stop types that we use here inside of AlgoBox and then give some examples of each right now. So here they are. We've got the dot, a box, and a cross. So three stop types: dot, box, cross. Real simple. We keep it simple. And there is an advanced level stop strategy we won't talk about here tonight. You need to know, though, on a stop. So let's first talk about longs. If we are going to take a long trade to the long side going up, then our stop, let's go red here, is going to be underneath a dot. Real simple. And if we've got a box, it's going to be underneath there and under a cross. The red line is going to represent your stop value on any one of these play setups. Now, we're not just going to take one of these. Remember, like, that's a given example of a dot. This would be like a Fabella dot, which would be a, let's get a blue color back here. So if we were to have, here we go, coming in from the side. Whoops. Well, that's ugly. It's gonna let me undo it. There we go. Let's try that again. Let's go coming in like this. Okay, Fabella dot. Now I'll show you guys some examples here in a minute, so you might be a little bit lost if you are brand new with us, but if you've been around with us for a while, you know what I'm talking about here. So you got the dot. This could also be an enigma. An enigma also might be the same. So if you had our, I'm going to be terrible drawing a yin yang there. It's not too bad there, but there you go. So you've got an enigma, same thing. The stop would be underneath the enigma or the dot. So there's your dot type, the dot. Then we've got the box. So what's a box? This could be something like the two-finger salute. It's going to be on usually a mid time frame area or a harmonic PRZ. So if you were to have the PRZ, that maybe a shark back, then you're going to be entering in right there where stop go. Right outside the box. That would be another example of a box stop entry, and others that, again, we're going to use the symbol of the box. Then there is the cross. So if we are using the Flowmaster crosses or the Alpha Omega crosses, so multiple stops or multiple cross types, and each one stops same place. And then, of course, vice versa. If we are going short, taking a short play, going to the short side, then the stop is going to be above each one of these items. And again, in the reverse order, in a dot, behind a box, behind a cross. Let me show you a few examples of those. These are how we do it inside of AlgoBox. So we'll start with one that's right here in one of my favorite plays is an enigma. So on an enigma, this is going to be a dot play because it is, in the form of a tiny little circle right there. And so where is my stop going to go in this case? Well, it is a short play. So my stop is going to go right back here behind the enigma, and this price worked out really well. Looks like here was the original entry. You can see the little arrow there pointing what bar that would be for the entry. The price did kind of come up a little bit on you and then got our nice little drop out there, stop going right back behind the dot. Hopefully you get the picture on that one. Let's look at a scenario like this one here. You got the green. Where's the stop going to go on this one? So this is going to be a long play to the long side. Stop going underneath the dot. We're going to the long side. No problem, right? So there's a dot. Let's look at maybe one of the Fabella dots. Let me pull this chart over. All right, we've got some juicy ones right here. So you can see there's a dot, there's a dot, there's some more dots, double dots there. Let's look at the red ones here first. So on this dot right here, stop. It's going to be a buy stop. So that stop is going to go above that little dot right there. That is going to be a Fabella dot. This one is a very large Fabella dot. We've got the whole thing looks like that. So where's the stop going to go? Above the dot right there. And you get the picture. Stop above this one. There you go. So there are your dot types. Same thing with the green ones. You can see on the green ones, we're going to go underneath the green dot, underneath that green dot, underneath that one, etc. All right, let's move into the next ones. All right, so our next stop type was the box. So let's look at some boxes. Here's some over here. These are on two-finger salutes. You'll learn about these in our training program. But again, stops are going to be drawn by, the stops are going to go behind the box. The box is going to be drawn there for you. Stops are going to be back behind. In this case, on a short play, as these are down two fingers, we're going to be taking shorts. Where's the stop go? We are going to put the stop back behind the box. This is going to be a buy stop because that is a short. So if we're going short, stop is going to go back there. Pretty easy. And of course, vice versa to the long side. Let's look at another example. What would be another example? We could have a box inside of a harmonic, as we talked about before. This, you can see a shark pattern in here. I'll do my best to try to highlight this a bit more. You can change the transparency on any of our shapes if you want to make them darker, or if you have them a little bit lighter like I've got here. And there's the box over here on the right. That box for the PRZ, that's right there. And if you don't know what this is, it's okay. You'll learn it in our training program. There's your entry line right there. Very tight stop on a shark back play. You're going to enter in on this line right here. Stop goes back behind the box. Now you notice that on this one, this was a fail. This one stopped out. A few ticks there, busting outside of the box. The price ended up going down outside of that box by one additional bar there before that upside move. But that would technically be a stop out. If you want to use the 2-try rule to play it again, you get stopped out on the first one. If you re-entered here at the shark line to go to the long side, you get target one at the front of the box. You can hold your runner until you see a red. You guys know how we do our 2-target system. That would be a good example right there. Let's move over and see one to the short side. There is a shark short over there on the right for a decent amount there, all the way down inside to the golden ropes. But there is a nice large box right there. So where does our stop go? Again, same play. Stop goes back here behind the box. It does tip its head out one time right there. It does get you a stop out before we hit the front of those. Again, we're not going to win every single one of them, but you get the idea. That is the box type there, and you would get those on those there, and a double cross double move, which will actually be kind of a combination of a box as well as a cross. Let's look at one of those. All right, let's talk about cross stops. Right down here, we'll start with this one. We've got an alpha omega to the long side. That's a nice big one. Where's the stop going to go? Under the cross, literally. There it is. You see the cross? Can't miss it. Stop goes underneath, remember? Right? Let's pull that one. So that's a pure cross right up here. So we're going to take, if we're taking a short right here, where does the stop go? We're going above the cross. And so we got one right here. What are we going to do with this one? It's a long, we got a green one with, it's a moonshot right there. That whole setup right there, that's called a moonshot. That's where we get one of our enigmas. Kind of picture it being like a moon with the crosshair, so we call it a moonshot. You guys have heard the headshot. This one would be the moonshot. It's a bit bigger, so we call it the moonshot, like our headshot. We also have the moonshot. That's one right there. Stop would go below the cross. And I think there was one at the top here that did not work. Again, we're not showing all winners here, but this one right here on that pink one, this one, if you were to try to go for a short right there, you know, and I might take a short right there. That's okay. Stops right there. Where's the entry? You're entering in right there. Very small stop. Now you understand how we play our edge with our profit factors. If you're putting your stops in the right place, you'll find that your profit factor is in the right place where you want it to be. So those are some cross examples. I'll give you one more. Let's go to the double cross, double move. More complex, which is a combination of crosses and boxes. Let's take a look. All right, so we've got two double cross double moves for ourselves to take a peek at as two examples right here. And let's see, Control Z, here we go. So on this one, you can see our system is automatically going to draw a box around the two crosses that are near each other like this. That's our double cross. And then in a scenario with a double cross double move, where we are going to be targeting the double move of that double cross. Target is already drawn there for you. That was the easy part, but we are trying to also simplify the stop. The box is right there, and this is where this one's already drawn for you, right? We already have the red horizontal line. Where is it located? Underneath the box and the crosses. You see how that works? Some people have asked, well, like when we enter in on one of these, does the stop go below the cross or does it go below the box? This is where I said it's a little bit more tricky because technically it is below the box of the two crosses. So it is technically a cross stop, but it is also a box because we are drawing the box for you. There's your stop on a double cross double move. So that's an example of a a box and a cross combo. And we kind of have one of those right up here as well. Same thing. The entry, we're going to be entering in up here inside the crosses, and then stop is going to go, again, pretty tight stop, target way up there above. Let's use our measuring tool and see, you know, how these would have gone. I'm going to use Control F3. I'm going to grab this if we had entered in. So the second one entered there. Let's say we even got some slippage. And we got, actually this one wouldn't be, we've got plenty of space to get in on this one, but I'll go ahead and measure this out. Going up there to that target right there, that is 30 ticks right there for that target. In relation, let's look at the stop on that. If we were entering in the same location and the stop down to the box, so that is a 22 tick stop in this case with a 30 tick target. Again, it doesn't sound super great, but when you start to add these up, it does. Now, some of these are even farther than this. This one happens to be one that's a little bit closer. I think this one up here looks a little bit farther out. Yeah, so this one goes way up there for this double cross. Let's see what the difference is on this one. So if we were entering in around where this first cross or second cross, the closer one up, all the way up here at this cross, going up there to the target, that is 74 ticks, and we should have estimate be about the same for our stop as the last one. Yeah, that's about 27 ticks. This one happens to be a kind of a straighter leg through between the two. Oftentimes, you'll see these crosses. They can be in different types of configurations in double cross, double move. This isn't a study around the double cross, double moves, more focused in on what those stops are going to be. Stops still going to be below the crosses, below the box, with, in this case, targets up there on that one. So there's your 3 stop types. There is an advanced stop strategy that is in a whole separate video, but these are our primary 3 stop types. The advanced stop strategies, that's in one separate video. You guys can go check that one out. Hopefully you got something from this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.